Hello guys, welcome back to this video, and in this part we are going to check a Wi-Fi cracking or wireless access point hacking or wireless attacks, and this is going to be a penetration demo. So let's start to the introduction. Wi-Fi cracking refers to the process of exploiting vulnerabilities or weakness in a Wi-Fi network security protocols such as the WEP, WPA and WPA2 to gain unauthorized access. It typically involves capturing network data like the handshake packets and using various tools and techniques to recover the Wi-Fi password or encryption key, enabling an attacker to connect to the network as unauthorized user. So this basically says that we will try to hack a wireless access points, and in that process we will capture the packets which are called the handshake packets. Don't worry, we'll see this in the practical demo. And after that, we will, in that handshake, there are the hash passwords. In that hash passwords, we'll try to crack it and gain access to the wireless access point. So this is what we need. First, the environment preparation. We must use a controlled private network, set up a dedicated Wi-Fi network and a test router. And you should have permission to not test on networks you don't own or have explicit permission to access. The hardware needed is you should have a laptop with wireless card network, or you should have an extra network adapter or Wi-Fi adapter, which is the Netis or Ralnik or similar, compatible with security tools, and a second device for testing. And for this part I will use my mobile phone and USB Wi-Fi adapters if necessary, which can support monitor mode or packet injection mode. And for this demo, I will use the Realtek Netis Wi-Fi adapter, which supports the monitor mode. And the softwares needed are the Linux and other penetration distributions. Wi-Fi analysts will use the Aircrack-ng, AirPlay-ng, Aerodump, and Hashcat. So let's go to how the attack works. For the attack to work, there must be a wireless access point, and this is our attack boss, our Linux. And this doesn't necessarily have to be connected to the wireless access point. We will do is we will try to put our network adapter in monitor mode to sniff networks within our area, and after that we will choose our target access point. And for that access point we need to identify two things: the channel is training and the MAC address. The next step is to capture the password. So how can we do that? So a device must try to connect to the wireless access point in order to perform the 4 steps, which are called the 4-hand shake. And in that sense, it's the 4-hand shake is between the device and the wireless access point. And in that 4-hand shake, the device will send the hash passwords to the access point, and that's when we come and we will try to sniff the hash passwords. However, we cannot wait for someone to connect to wireless access point. For that thing, we will use a process called the authentication, and we will authenticate this process, and this is we'll try to kick out everyone for the wireless access point. And in that the authentication, it will disconnect from the wireless access point, and unless we stop it, the authentication, no device will connect to the wireless access point. But when we stop it, it will try to connect to the wireless access point, which is every device which was connected to the WAP. When it tries to connect, we'll capture the 4-hand shake, and in that 4-way handshake we'll have the hash password. And in that hash password we will have in a file in our Kali box, and we will try to crack it with Aircrack and Hashcat. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, for this network adapter I'm using this Netis wireless adapter, and I will plug in my network adapter, and as you can see it's connected. You can go ahead and check it with devices, USB, and as you can see my Realtek network adapter is connected. Okay, let's do the practical demo, and I will open Italics, which is a perfect terminal which can have parted terminals. So to check whether your network adapter is connected or not, type fconfig, and as you can see here, this is my network adapter as if right now it's not in monitor mode, and monitor mode will help us to sniff networks in an era, and it's in manage mode. So let's type iw config, and as the moment right now, as you can see, the mode is managed. Before we do this, we have to put it in monitor mode. Sorry, let me clear this and do it again. It's monitor mode, and before that we have to put it down. Type iw config LAN 0, since my network interface is LAN 0, and down. Let's do sudo. Okay, let's try to do with ipconfig. Sometimes it differs between network adapters, so try to use iwconfig and ifconfig. So sudo if config LAN 0 down, and this will put our network adapter down. And let's check it. iwconfig is down. After that, we'll put our mode into monitor mode. As you can see right now, it is managed. And to do that, type sudo airmon ng start LAN 0. Press enter. As you can see here, monitor mode enabled, and it says here found 2 processes that could cause trouble, and these processes could interfere with our process in sniffing the networks. Okay, after that, type sudo, let's put our interface app, if config LAN 0 app, and if I type iwconfig, our mode is changed from managed to monitor. So in these processes, we have to kill these processes, and for that, type airmon ng check LAN 0. It must be root. Okay, sudo. Okay, these are the processes that can interfere, so you must kill these processes. So to do that, sudo airmon check kill. Okay, is killed these processes, and let's check. Okay, so there are no processes that can interfere with our process. And let's also check if our network mode is in monitor, and it's still it's changed back to managed. You have to always change it back, because it can always change back to managed. So sudo airmon ng start LAN 0, and if I type iwconfig mode. After that, we will do a sniffing for the available network in our area, and to do that, sudo arrow dump ng LAN 0. Okay, and as you can see here, these are the available wireless access points in my area right now, and my wireless access point is this one right here, and we still go on looking for available networks. You can stop it by Control C, and as you can see, this is my wireless access point. And remember, when we say we only need 2 things, the channel and the MAC address, which is this one right here. By the way, for PWR, the smaller the number, the closer it is to you, and it will be easy for it to crack. Okay, so since we found our specific wireless access point, let's try to crack it and sniff the 4-way handshake. And to do that, type sudo arrow dump this is the command sudo arrow.ng -c, which is the channel, and in which channel it is running right now. The channel is still one since I did it before. BSSID dash BSSID and then the MAC address. So let me change the MAC address. Let me copy this. Okay, and paste it right here. And after that, you should put LAN 0, which is the network adapter. And I'm gonna press enter and type in my password. Okay, it's starting sniffing right now. Let me enlarge this for you to see it better. And as you can see here, this is SSID, which is the network name of my adapter of my wireless access point, and the cipher is using, which is the counter mode with cipher blockchain message authentication code protocol. And this is a protocol used for wireless access point. It is associated with the advanced encryption system, and this is the encryption. It uses the WPA2. Down here, these are the devices which are connected to my network. I only have one, but let me see if my phone, let me try to connect with my phone and see whether it will come. Voila. And when I try to connect with my phone, we got our WPA handshake, which I explained to you before. When the device tries to access, it will form the four-way handshake, and in that four-way handshake it will capture the hash password. As I told you before, cannot wait for someone to connect it with this. We will do authenticate with a command. So the command will be sudo airplay-ng-00. This will indefinitely disconnect all devices which are connected to the wireless access point, and after that the IP address. And let me try to add the IP address, the MAC address, sorry, -a. And when was the MAC address? Let me try to paste it. This the MAC address, and when I press enter, every device which is connected into the wireless access point will be disconnected. And I press enter and type in my password. Okay, as you can see, this is the authentication is sending to the wireless access point. No device will connect to it unless I step it. So run it for some seconds, and when you try to stop it, every device to reconnect to the device it connects, it will form the WPA handshake. Alright, as you can see here, we got the WPA handshake, which is the four-way handshake, and in that handshake, in that process, we have our hash password. So let me try to stop this, and if I type ls, we have different file types that we got from our arrow dump, but all these are not necessary to us. The one that's necessary is this one, .cap, and in that we have our hashed password. And to crack it, we will use tool which is Aircrack-ng, and the command will be sudo Aircrack-ng -w, which is our password file, and I do have it in here, which is this one, and move Wi-Fi password.txt to /home/downloads. Sorry, that's /downloads. Okay, let me go back to my downloads. So the command will be sudo Aircrack-ng-w. After that, your password file, which is Wi-Fi password.txt, and after that the cap file in which the hash password it is, and let me type it, netguru.cap, and I press enter. As you can see here, we find the key, which is our wireless access points password. So this is how we can crack with Aircrack-ng. I mean, we can also use a tool called Hashcat, which is this one right here, Hashcat. That's the tool. Okay, this is Hashcat. These are the commands that we use. -m, which is the hash type, and our hash type is a cap file, which is, let's try to use, which is a WPA2. It is a WPA2, which is this one, network protocol, which is this one right here, WPA airport. And we can find it in the network protocol encryption system, but this cap file will not be processed by Hashcat. We have to change it to format in which the Hashcat will try to process, and that file type is called Hashcat, and we will try to do that. So let me try to my browser. So the format in which the Hashcat will try to understand is called Hashcat. So type cap to Hashcat, and let's browse it, and this is in downloads. This is the file. Open it. Check extraction successful, and let's try to download it. It's downloaded. So let me stop this, and let me check if the file is there or not. As you can see, this is the file format, which is the Hashcat, in which the Hashcat format will try to understand it. And let me check again if that is the file. Yeah, 24834. Yeah, that's the file. So the command will be Hashcat -a attack mode 0 -m 2500, and then 28, I think it's 24, and after that our password file. So the command will be Hashcat -a attack mode 0, which is so the command will be Hashcat -a attack mode 0, and the hash type 2500, which is the WPA port, and then the hashed password, and then our password list. And I'm gonna press enter here. Okay, it says change to 2200. Maybe let me check if that hash type is correct one. Hashcat help. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. I don't know, it's not working, but let me try to use it again. Okay, it says use this number, which is this one right here, 21,000. Let me try to use the hash type, which is 22,000. Press enter. Alright, now it's done. It said session Hashcat status is cracked, and as you can see here, this is my wireless access point name, and this is its password. So we have successfully cracked our hash password for our wireless access point. So this was our demo practical on Wi-Fi cracking or wireless access point attack. What can we do to prevent this? To prevent this, we can use different methods. First, you must use strong and complex passwords. That must be long, random, and complex pre-shared key. And we must avoid common or easily guessable passwords. And second thing that we can use is we have to enable WPA3, which is the most preferable one, or WPA2 with advanced encryption systems, which can use the CCMP, which is a protocol used for encryption. So use WPA3 if your hardware supports it, as it is more secure. Otherwise, ensure WPA2 with advanced encryption systems or CCMP, which is enabled, and avoid using WPA or TKIP, which are less secure and vulnerable to attacks. And we can also disable WPS. WPS has known for vulnerabilities that can facilitate cracking, so we must disable it. We must regularly update our firmware. We must keep our routers firmware updated to patch security vulnerabilities. And last, we must enable network encryption, and we can hide our SSID, which is optional. Use proper encryption, as I said, WPA2 or preferable WPA3. And hiding SSID provide minimal security but can deter casual scanning. Okay, so this was our practical demonstration on Wi-Fi cracking or wireless attacks, and I hope you get something. And if you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to contact me, and it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe and like. And I hope to see you in the next video, and have a good day.